with you like at that time, and it's crazy to think that you went to a pageant without a gown. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't really seem to add up, especially like now. I mean, you don't need to know a whole lot about pageants to know that's messed up, but knowing what I know now, it just seems so strange to me that you didn't even really know what you'd be wearing while you're at the competition.
For sure. It was strange. And, you know, a lot of people have said to me when I've shared this story, because I've shared this story before on my YouTube channel, they said, well, that's your responsibility. Like, you should have taken initiative. And what I try to tell those people, and I mean, in a way, I shouldn't have to like justify myself because I know the real story and what really happened. But I was told time and time and time again, trust us. From the organization, trust us. We've done this before. We've been doing this for 10 years. You can trust us. You have to trust us. We know what we're doing. And I would ask, call, email. I even kept like timestamps of like, we had a conversation at this time, at this date, that my costume, I was told time and time again to trust the organization, trust the process. They knew what they were doing. So as someone in the contestants perspective, right? Like, put yourself in that position. You're going to Miss Universe. You don't know what to expect. You don't know any designers. You're in Canada where people don't really care about pageants, and your organization is telling you, trust us. We know what we're doing. You have to trust us. Don't go outside of us. Like, we're the ones that know everything of what to do. Like, it's almost like manipulative actually when I think about it, and it is. And so at one point, for those who've seen my videos, you've already heard this story, I actually reached out to Miss Universe, like New York City office, Miss Universe, and I was like, hey, I cannot go to Miss Universe because basically how I'm being treated, what's happening, on and on. I had phone calls with the organization in New York, and they seemed to be very understanding. And I said, like, I can't remember now exactly, but there's like a few very specific things that the organization needs to provide, like your national organization. One is national costume, one is gown. There's a few other things. I think like flights and stuff like that your organization has to provide. And like, I wasn't seeing gowns, I wasn't seeing national costume. So actually my national costume is one of my favorite things that I brought to the stage at Miss Universe, and I completely took initiative of that myself. That was a Canadian designer. I was wearing Canadian-made mucklucks, so I totally took initiative. They were very against it, actually. They wanted a very different costume that was actually then worn by Lauren Howe the next year at Miss Universe, and that's what they wanted me to wear. But I wasn't seeing anything. Like, they would send me a picture of like material and be like, it's being made, and I was like, how can I trust this? How can I just show up? So I'm very happy that I took that initiative to get my national costume made by someone in Canada. She sent me pieces of the costume back and forth via Canada Post. I tried stuff on, I sent her pictures, and so that was one of my favorite things, to be able to walk on the stage. I know national costume isn't judged, but I was able to represent. I had all of the provinces and territories in that back piece. Anyway, I took initiative there. I wish I would have been able to take initiative for my gowns, but again, my organization was very upset with me that I took initiative to do the national costume. Like, you're in that position, you also think like, okay, well, if I make them mad, like, and don't do what they say, like, they could send the first runner up, they could send a different girl, like maybe they won't send me. And so you have this like fear, and there's just so much unknown. So anyways, I don't know. And keep in mind, this was all before Miguel and MG Mode were involved in the organization. So even there's people who are saying like they need to be removed, and I don't know them. I don't know anything about them. I will tell you that the organization itself, I mean, it was very difficult for me to work with the organization back in 2016, 2017.
Yeah, I mean, I think that all this kind of begs the question of like, where do we go from here? Like, what's the next appropriate step for the Miss Universe organization? And is there like any kind of repercussions for the Miss Universe Canada organization? Because it seems as though there are problems. I mean, a lot of these things that are coming to the surface, it seems as though, again, like I mentioned at the start, it's been a long time coming. Do they step in and intervene? I mean, I guess it's only them that can really answer that question, but like at what point do they kind of have to come in and intervene into the situation?
Yeah, I'm not really sure 100% what the next steps would be, but I'll tell you something that I think is actually kind of sad. And that is that I've been getting messages from former contestants of Miss Universe Canada, former women who have been in the top 20, the top 10, the top 5 at Miss Universe Canada. And they've said to me, oh my gosh, karma, thank God that this is being surfaced. Finally, the voices of the women are actually being recognized. Finally, people are seeing that things are not what they seem. Finally, the truth is coming out. I'm getting so many messages like that, and it's sad because Miss Universe Canada and like this whole thing should be about, like I said at the start of our conversation, celebrating the women, the voices of the women, showing women that they can be leaders rather than silencing them. And for way too long, the women of this organization have been silenced. And if you look back, there's a lot of not only former contestants, but former title holders, like actual women who have carried the Miss Universe Canada title, gone to Miss Universe, represented Canada. They want nothing to do with Miss Universe Canada. They want nothing to do with having been Miss Universe Canada. They are very proud to have represented Canada at Miss Universe, but other than that, they want absolutely nothing to do with it. I know that there are probably exceptions, but when I was competing, there were women who were like, here's what I thought, here's what I experienced. I hope your experience is different. Good luck.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, so I don't know. So what's your stance on being part of the organization right now? Like, I know you just recently posted on Instagram sort of like a little tidbit of your info, or at least your perspective with Rian. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people in the comments saying that like you should be the national director for Canada.
I will tell you, it is something I never considered because my worldview, if you will, of what a national director was not a positive one because of my experiences. But now I have started to see that an organization like Miss South Africa, I admire what they do because what they have done from our perspective, they have created something that is not just about we're sending one delegate to Miss Universe. It's more so about look at how amazing the women of South Africa are. Look at these leaders. Look at what they're doing. And that's always what I have thought Miss Universe to be. Miss Universe Canada should be, is about celebrating women, celebrating talent like designers who are amazing, whether they're from your country or not. Like you don't necessarily, yes, it would be great to wear all Canadian designers, but sometimes if you go outside of that, that's okay, as long as you're recognizing world universe talent, because once you get to Miss Universe, you see how like everyone is actually quite similar and like that the world should unite. As for myself being involved with Miss Universe Canada, I don't really know because I never really thought I would be involved, but I just know that my values and what I think Miss Universe Canada should be comes from a place of celebrating the women because the women should be number one, celebrating the talent of those involved because it should be highlighted. I hope that at the end of the day, they look and see if year after year, the delegates or the title holder is like, this is not even what I thought it would be in terms of like placing at Miss Universe, but just like how the women are treated, you know, like this, it should be about like, you should walk away and be like, I had the best experience of my life. I enjoyed being Miss Universe Canada. I loved representing Canada at Miss Universe. Like, what an amazing team. Like, you should be able to walk away feeling better than you did before. And there are women who walk away needing psychological help, honestly. I'm not exaggerating. And so that is not how it should be. And I really, really hope that that is recognized because it, like, for something, that's been one of my biggest struggles of like promoting Miss Universe Canada and being like, go to Miss Universe girls, like it's the best experience. Because once I got to Miss Universe and I saw how well Miss Universe was ran, the chaperones, the sponsors, meeting Paula Sugar and like seeing how inspiring that was, I was like, wow, like this is it. Like this is how it should be. So it's sad to see that it's not quite like that at the national level in Canada, and it could be. I don't know how it could be or like what that would look like, but I feel like it could be. Why not? We have such an amazing country with a lot of amazing talent, a lot of amazing women, etc. So I think it's there. I don't know. I just hope that Miss Universe organization recognizes that it could be different.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I think that's probably a good way to finish off the video, to be honest. I think I hope things work out for the best. I mean, of course, it's, yeah, I mean, things right now aren't very good.
No, honestly, I hope things work out for the future women who compete at Miss Universe Canada and who go to Miss Universe, because every woman who competes and who goes to Miss Universe deserves a positive experience. To everyone who has commented on Instagram, on YouTube, and shown your support, I appreciate it so much, because I know that there have been people over the years who have been like, why wouldn't you have done more? Or basically thinking that I'm kind of like exaggerating or making the story up. So for those who have shown their support and been like, wow, it's all making sense now, like I've been with you this whole time, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I can't express how much I appreciate it, because it feels like finally the truth is kind of coming out, and I don't feel like I was kind of silenced and felt afraid to share my voice and my opinion. So thank you to everyone for your comments and kind words and messages. I appreciate it so much.
I think the only thing I really have to say is that you never really know like what's going on behind closed doors, and so it's so easy to point fingers and say like you're not this because of that, but in reality you don't know like what's going on like within. It's just, before you make comments like that, maybe just be mindful that there are so many things that go on behind the scenes that are out of the contestants' control. Be nice human beings.